Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my dog water opinion for the ban list. Smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. We're going to start straight away here with Verte Anaconda banned or Fusion Destiny either restricted to some capacity here. Now, the reasoning behind Verte needing to go is, one, it limits card design. We know this, all right? Brain people out here, brain people are having these huge aneurysms. Like, no, they're not going to touch either of these. These are both problematic cards, and they will continue to be in the future. If they're not checked now, yeah, that's going to be a thing. And that's why I could see, like, the very Konami thing to do would be to put Fusion Destiny to 2. But guys, we fixed the problem. It's getting the OTS print. No, but seriously, Verte Anaconda should probably just check on out of this game, and I think every single person would be massively happy overall with the state of things. Next up here is Imperial Order. Well, the community's been wanting Imperial Order gone for how long at this point in time? Now, if we're getting rid of Imperial Order, I think we need to take Mystic Mine and take it out back and get rid of it as well. Now, the thing is, these two kind of exist in harmony in the TCG, which is really weird to say because, you know, if you flip an IO, you pretty much just get a free shot to victory on the poor Mystic Mine player if they don't have the back row to stop it. And, you know, vice versa. You know, 3 Mystic Mines, just draw the Imperial Order. You have a semi-tolerable chance to win. There's a lot of sarcasm being stated in that statement there, but I do think that I kind of agree with the mass here saying that Imperial Order disappearing probably could work out for the most part here, but we do need to take some other things of the format out if that's going to be the case. Interesting enough, the OCG has Imperial Order and hasn't been much of an issue that I think. So those are my 2 big ones. And the last one's going to be Dagda or Scythe. And before you guys are like, oh, no, it's Dagda. And then you got other people over here, it's like Scythe. I don't care which one they hit. One of the 2 needs to move on this list, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of you guys are all having the same thing. If we're going to go full steam ahead here into next format here, and we're going to have to deal with Phantom Knights, you know, really making things a giant shit show for the entire community, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got to do something about this. If we could just take one preemptive approach here and either check Scythe or Dagda, I don't care which one, all right? You know, Konami NA has been very notorious for hitting the things that enable the problems. Hi, Union Carrier. Yeah. Sad to say, though, I really do hope that we will take care of Dagda or Scythe. I don't care which. All right? I think that they're both a problem, and they both should probably be taken care of right now. So, 3 relatively strong hits here. And the last one here, it's going to be Arch Nemesis Protoss. Now, I've thought long and hard about what they can actually do to kind of check the whole Sword Soul thing. Because, I mean, could you go after a 10 Yi part? Because they're not going to hit Sword Soul stuff. It's all too new. Alright, if they really deem Sword Soul a problem, then we'll just go after something 10 Yi related, or we'll go after Protoss. If we take care of Protoss, it takes care of that lingering Floodgate conditional effect out here. But that also means that if we're taking care of Protoss this early on, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to do something about, yeah, that's right, Phantom Knights, all right? It's kind of give and take here at this point. If we're going into the new format, we're going after Protoss, and we're not touching Scythe and Dagda, you just made the format an entire one-way shit show from Nowheresville, and nobody wants to deal with that, all right? So I feel like a Protoss hit is only really fair if we touch it with Scythe and Dagda. Now, this next one is incredibly biased, on my opinion. I think that we need to hit Recital Starling to 1. Now, I've been thinking about Tri-Lyricalisk here, and I've heard some pretty dog water opinions on the internet so far with just people going, no, we need to ban Nerval. Alright, I don't know why we need to go after Nerval. I mean, I guess you're trying to amputate the engines here. You know, everybody out here has this opinion where, you know, Tries existed for too long. I don't know if you guys have played competitively lately, or if you've kept up with Yu-Gi-Oh! In the last, like, 2 months, but Tri is not anywhere near as good as it once was. Now, the thing was, Tri-Lyricalisk is a hell of a deck, alright? Pure Tri in its own current iteration, not the best thing in the world, But Recital Starling just gives a lot of floatability. It's not a hard once per turn, by the way. I don't know if you guys have realized that or not. And there's like some cheesy like OTK stuff that you can do with the little birdie. So I just want to give full consideration here and say, I think cleaning up Recital will take care of a lot of future problematic things that we can really endure with in future lists. So, I mean, hey, and honestly, if we're checking down the ceiling here with things, it's just kind of a slap on the wrist. I understand you can still make a simple Nightingale and still make F-Zero, but this does cut off one length of searchability that this deck really has. So I think at that point, that's fair. Now, to 3. All right, you're like, oh, Robbie, where's Ben 10 at? We'll talk about that here in a second. To 3, I'm just going to have Scroll-Combat Joker and Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. At this point in time, I don't think that either of these cards really matter all that much, ladies and gentlemen. I think for the most part here, yeah, they're fine. Let them come back to 3. Darkness Metal to 3, I don't know how many players are really going to try to play 3 of them now, but let the Striker Dragon players have their fun. You know, let Pendulum players have Scroll Combat at 3. Let them experiment out here, because they don't really matter at the long run. Now, before you're like, oh, that's it? That's a list? Oh, where's Ben 10? All right, here's the thing, and I've said this countless times before. I think every person out here that's having an aneurysm about, you know, Drytron, you're not in the correct format. You're somewhere else. You're not in the right timeline, all right? I'm going to be honest with you. As I said, over the last couple of months, Drytron's fallen off the face of the map. Every ban list prediction that I saw with Ben 10 going to 0, you have no idea how the current format works. All right, Drytron is pretty much fallen off the land. Then it's doing nothing now. All right, the deck is fine. All right, I understand that, you know, you can't beat Herald for some reason. There's nothing you can do about that, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't need a hit at this point. Now, one of the strangest things that Konami could do this list, and I always like kind of thinking up like, what's the next weirdest thing that Konami could throw at us? Because Konami NA has done some really dumb things over time. I want to say that we could see Konami NA move Droplet to 2, and before you're like, wait a minute, what's the logic behind this? So they've reprinted it twice. Moving it to 2 doesn't really hurt that reprint equity all that much, i.e. see previous Solemn Warning iterations here. But moving Forbidden Droplet to 2 is just that kind of thing that Konami would do. They'd be like, oh, this card's very powerful. You're like, but what's Droplet doing at this point? Oh, it's too much of a generic hit. We're going to eventually move the card to 1. And I don't know why. This just seems like the most Konami thing that Konami could do this list. You know, we're not on the cusp of a bad format here, ladies and gentlemen. We just got to take care of a couple things. I don't think, besides, you know, like a random Droplet hit would be so LOL. It's not even funny. That's just my bullshit for this list. Everybody's got to have a dog water opinion on it. I think overall, for this list, we're not in a bad place at all. Drytron is fine. Virtual World is like limping around a corner. You know, Invoked has gotten a lot better as of late, but Flundereese is going to get their card that's going to check them. All right, like after watching a Flundereese player just get torn apart or watching an Invoked player get torn apart by Flundereese, it's so freaking hilarious. All right, at the end of the day, I think the format, we're in a good place. All right, all these crazy people out here that want to see like all these insane crazy hits, we don't need to do these things, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You have Branded coming out here in April. You have 2 stages of power creep coming between the Brave Engine and Branded, and you're over here pissing your pants about Ben 10 for some reason. All right, when that deck is going to bump down even harder to borderline tier 2, but it's such a problem for you that you can't even see beyond the rainbow here, what's to come down Meta Bridge here. So, TLDR, all right, little things need to be checked right now. The format overall isn't in a horrible place. Everything seems to be fine. But with the multi-stage power creep that's coming here, we do need to adjust for this, or else it's really going to be an interesting ride out here as we head on into, spring 2022. Guys, please leave a comment down what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss on more lost content. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later and there with some more cool lost content. Peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.